into that. Let's go with the basics that every startup's going to deal with. Okay.
Yeah.
First and foremost is your business name. Now, your audience is in the fashion world, right?
Yes.
So it's not considered high risk. So I'm not real worried about your audience picking a name. But when I talk to just business owners in general, you don't want to put things like finance, gambling, real estate in the name of your business because it's considered high risk. Okay, so you want to be very vanilla with the name. Now, in your audience's case, that's not an issue because it's not considered a high risk industry. So the name's real important. Now, when you register your business, you start with the Secretary of State. Well, before I would even do that, I would make sure I have my phone number because what you want to make sure is that all of the information is congruent. In other words, it matches everywhere. And I see this all the time. People will go straight to the IRS and get their EIN number, right to the IRS, and they'll give the name, Steve's Fashion Design. The IRS gives them the EIN number. And then they go to their Secretary of State and they search Steve's Fashion Design and somebody owns it already.
Yep.
Now they've got an EIN and they can't have the name. So go to your Secretary of State first. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have your address. It's okay to work from your home. It's a C grade. And look, most business owners start in their home. I started my printing company, which got to 25 million, in my basement. So you can start with your home, get the virtual phone number, get a professional email address, register the business, make sure or at least reserve the name, and then get your EIN number. Again, it's all got to match. Every piece of information you give every entity has to match because we can find it. When I say we, lenders and creditors can find it in a heartbeat. Okay, so it all has to match. Then you want to go get your DUNS number. Are you familiar with what a DUNS number is?
Yeah, but please, I think it's worth
Okay,
explaining.
so a DUNS number is really it's almost like a reporting agency number, almost like your Social Security number, kind of, for Dun and Bradstreet. Dun and Bradstreet is the oldest credit reporting agency in the world, and they are international. The number they give you is an international number. It's free. I'm going to say that again for those in the cheap seats. It's free.
Free, you guys.
Do
Free.
not pay for this number. I'm not going to give out their phone number. You can look it up. You can go to dnb.com and look it up and order your DUNS number. Make sure your business is registered, everything's in place, and order your DUNS number. You will be telemarketed. It's going to happen. They're going to want to sell you something, up to you whether you deal with that or not, but you don't have to. It's free. You don't need to pay to be verified. They're required by law to give you that number. Okay, that's the first steps that I would do if I was starting a business today. I
Yeah.
would do all those steps. Now, let's talk about the business bank account because I am amazed, Nicole, at how many business owners, especially small ones just starting out, don't open a business bank account.
Right.
They run all their money through their personal checking account. Please do not do that. Lenders can pull your bank credit score. Okay, and what that basically is, it tells them when you open the bank account, that's a very important piece of information, and what your average balance is over 90 days, not to the penny, but within a range of numbers, 10 to 20,000, 20 to 50, and so on and so forth. But the important information is when you open the bank account. So if you start, or I start Steve's Fashion Design today, and then open my bank account 3 years from now, the lenders consider me in business one day, 3 years from now,
Hmm.
not 3 years old,
That's
one day old.
really, really important.
Oh yeah, and that's
That
why
is huge.
back in the day, people used to buy what was called shelf corporations, where they
Okay.
would
I'm
buy
not
it. And
familiar with that, but
it's aged corporations. They used to do it because lenders like to see you in business X amount of
I
time.
see. That makes
So
sense.
they would buy these corporations that had been registered. I still have one, believe it or not, it's 25 years old. But now with the advent of the internet, lenders can check your information in 30 seconds. So they're looking at when did that bank account open up because that's when you truly went into business.
Yeah. That's
So
huge. That
So,
is huge.
yep.
Yeah.
So if you're going to open your business, look, it's okay to not have the money to do it the first day, but within 30 days, you want to generally open up your bank account. In worst case, 90 days. You want it to definitely be in the same calendar year. You don't want to open your business in December of 2020 and then open your bank account in February 2021 and then tell everybody you opened up in 2020.
Hmm.
Okay, that's really, really important.
That makes sense. And I made that mistake probably
Everyone does.
because I was in college. I mean, honestly, and that's so why I wanted to do this podcast because this is just like those little details that could save you or have you increase your line of credit. And having a line of credit is huge. And you want to, and right, tell me if this isn't correct or not. You want to be able to get a line of credit before you need a line of credit.
100%. It's look, in the end, banks lend money to people who don't need it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
The minute you're desperate for money, you got no shot. You got no shot. I will tell you this, that building a business credit profile is not a lot of fun,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the beginning. And for your listeners to think back when they turned 18 or 19 and they wanted to get something on their credit report, they probably had to get a jewelry card from K Jewelers, or furniture, something where somebody co-signed for them.
Mm-hmm.
Business credit is not an overnight process, but what's great about it is it's like a snowball. Once it gets rolling, it moves fast.
Right.
Really, really, and it's